The first sign of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant and Pakistan was in 2014, when sympathizers marked territory with graffiti in cities across the country. The Pakistani army responded by naming the group as one of its targets in the tribal areas on the border with Afghanistan. And now, as ISIL fighters are pushed out of strongholds in the Middle East, the worry is they will follow the paths of their al-Qaeda forefathers to this region. SALAHUDDIN MEHSUD is the police chief in the Northwest province. He's been facing off with armed groups for decades.
Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has faced terrorism for the last 10 years, so it is more alert and better prepared than probably most parts of the world against terrorism.
The seal of the Prophet Muhammad hangs in his office, an ancient Islamic symbol co-opted by ISIL. For him, it's a source of inspiration that's been misrepresented. Details about the group's presence in the country are classified, but he said people who kill in the name of Islam are misguided, and it's his duty to stand in their way.
Every terrorist cell, organization, members, the topic, the discussions, the details, each one is important, and we take it very seriously.
One source told Al Jazeera there are active security operations to bring down ISIL cells on a near-daily basis, and that in Pakistan, ISIL works like McDonald's, a franchise that conducts business through local assets.
The problem is, when you have created space for militant organizations like Jamaat-e-Dawa, like Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, like others in this country, then this contagion spreads. And then organizations like Daesh also try to establish a foothold.
Moving south to Punjab and Sindh, the terrain changes. From hills to fields, from fields to desert. Experts say it's here, in the porous borders between provinces, where armed groups operate with relative ease. In February, this was the scene of a suicide bombing that killed and injured dozens of people. ISIL fighters claimed the attack, and outside of Iraq and Syria, it's arguably one of the deadliest ones carried out in their name. Skeptics have told us it was a local group, flying the ISIL flag over its own violent agenda. The kind of thing that gives both parties the illusion of being bigger than they really are. Either way, even without a command and control structure, targeting events like this is a simple task in Pakistan, a place rich with guns, ammunition, and fighters willing to wield them. In the southwest of the country, a major military operation against fighters loyal to ISIL came to an end this month. Aerial attacks were unable to penetrate their hideout in a cave in the hills of Mustang in Balochistan. Special forces were eventually sent in to end a 3-day siege. In a rare public statement about the group, Pakistan's army said it stopped ISIL from making contact with local fighters sympathetic to their cause and pushed them out from this part of the country. But despite their efforts, signs persist that from south to north, ISIL is trying to establish a foothold in Pakistan. And what began as graffiti was perhaps the beginning of something more sinister. Zein Basravi, Al Jazeera, Sewan Sharif, Sindh Province, Pakistan.